In this video, I am sharing 5 possible business paths for social workers that go beyond therapy and traditional private practice. I'm not going to give you a complete business plan for each one, but I want to help you recognize that private practice is not the only option available to social workers who want to create something on their own. I'm also inviting you to our free online masterclass for social workers who want to explore a business idea more seriously, and the link for that is in the description. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Lisa Ann Edwards. I'm a safeguarding consultant with 26 years experience. I'm a trainer, leadership coach, speaker, and founder of socialworkcoachinghub.com and the National Black and Diverse Safeguarding Conference and Awards here in the UK. The questions that I hear from social workers here in the UK are not limited to one country when thinking about business ideas. They are thinking about, how can I use my experience differently? Can I create something alongside my employment? And the answers to that are very much about what skills, experience, and knowledge you have, and how much time you have to develop that alongside your full-time job. And that is a conversation that we are having today, where you are thinking about work that is not just therapy or private practice, right? Now, for US social workers, if you are watching, there are various social work licensing requirements. Please familiarize yourself with them and make sure that you are following the legal framework that surrounds each one. Now, idea one, that isn't therapy or private practice, is training and education. Your first potential business path could be professional training and education. You could have developed specialist knowledge in areas such as child welfare or case management or program development or training programs. If that sounds like you could potentially create workshops and training and development programs for non-profit organizations, community agencies, or faith organizations, for example. Your starting point definitely should not be, what subject can I talk about? But the better question to ask is, what do professionals and organizations need to understand or do more effectively? Knowing a lot about a subject actually isn't the starting point. Your training actually needs a clear audience, a purpose, an outcome. And it doesn't mean that your knowledge is actually a strong training offer. You really do need to nail down what it is you're going to offer and really showcase why are you the right person to guide them. Now, in my view, those questions mean more than choosing a name for the training. Don't get bogged down with that, even though I know it's a fun place to start. I've been there. Idea number 2 is digital tools and resources. You can do this for workbooks, reflection books, templates. And the best thing about this could be related to your hobby or interest. It doesn't have to be related to social work. It doesn't have to be for social workers and community organizations. This could be for accountants. This could be for engineers. This could be for miners. Like, it's completely up to you what these resources are, but you need to ask yourself some questions before you develop them. Like, what's going to help someone feel more prepared? What's going to help someone organize their thinking? What's going to help structure reflective conversation? These are the kind of questions you would ask before you develop a resource, so you are clear on the reason for the resource. Bearing in mind that your resource doesn't have to be 100 pages. It simply just needs to be effective for the purpose of which it was created. So you need to make sure that when you're doing that, you are making sure that the content is original and that it's not AI and it's not something that you've just regurgitated and it's not plagiarized or copying or any of those things. You've got to be very, very careful with that. So as long as your resource is coming from your knowledge, your thinking, your own original frameworks, you are good to go. Idea number 3, consulting. A lot of people think that consulting puts them in the position where they should be experts. Not necessarily. It depends on your experience, your skills, and your knowledge. It may be you're very good at program development, very good at reviewing policies. It could be that you have expertise in training strategies. Those are all things that can be provided to social work organizations. Equally, they could be provided to a printing company, right? It could be provided to churches or mosques. Consulting doesn't mean that it has to be in the social work capacity for another social work agency. It may be that it's you providing it to a different type of organization. And you need to be able to clearly say to them what type of challenge you're helping them to address, what your process involves, and you need to decide what type of organization you would like to provide the support for. You don't need to answer all of those questions right now, but these are questions you need to think about if you're seriously considering consulting, and who it is you want to consult for. These are the type of questions that are they're broad, and you have a broad interest, but those questions being answered create the clarity which you are able to communicate to a potential client. Idea number 4 is career or professional development support, right? So this is the 4th potential direction. You may have experience with career planning, and it may be that you're great with working with teenagers. Doesn't necessarily have to be teenagers that have been involved with child welfare or child protection. You could be looking at interview preparation. You could be looking at reflective practice or even professional confidence. Again, these are transferable to other organizations other than social work organizations, right? But you need to make sure that whatever it is you are choosing to do and whoever it is you are choosing to serve, your marketing and your conversations and your agreements make your boundaries clear. Whether you are doing mentoring or clinical supervision, whether you're doing coaching or therapy or counseling, all of those modalities are separate. So you need to be clear about your boundaries. You don't need to claim that you can solve every issue either. You just need a strong offer that focuses on one particular need and who is that you're helping and what kind of support you're genuinely equipped to provide. You may have to undertake more training, and that's completely up to you. You may feel like, actually, I do want to be a qualified counsellor. It may be that you decide to do more training. That's up to you. But that is what I would recommend. Idea number 5, community programs. You can easily create a program. Like, as social workers, we have to manage so many plans, so many people. We have to communicate at different levels throughout the day. So there may be a need for a professional network. There may be a need for a support initiative. There may be a need for a workforce well-being event. Whatever it is that you think is going to meet the need of the group of people you're trying to serve is where you need to be. Now, this type of idea might be relevant for macro social workers, community organizations, non-profit professionals, like people who are interested in systems change. But you, as the person delivering the service, still need to understand who the program's for and what need it addresses, and how you and how your process, how you're actually going to operate and deliver it. Yeah. Now, as we talked about in a previous video, you can start with like this big vision of how you want things to be. And I want you to just start small. Just think of the next step. See the whole staircase, know what the end vision is, but just think of the next step. The next step could be one workshop, one pilot group, one small program. Like, it doesn't have to be a big thing. It could start with 5 people. It doesn't have to start with 10. That first version, that first step, that first pilot can help you understand whether the larger idea is genuinely needed or the best deliverable for the idea that you have. Have you ever thought about content creation? I know for social workers, this is on the up considerably, but it's something that you can think about whilst maintaining your social work values. You could be thinking about content that educates people. You could be developing a community. It could be training or speaking, like whatever it is you feel is going to help you the most, and help serve the people you're trying to get to. That's something that you could consider. You know, you can maintain social work values and still be on social media and share your ideas and your themes and your research, your own learning. Like, that's personal to you. Like, no one can replicate that. AI can't replicate that. So the question is here, if you have a business idea, you don't want to go into therapy or private practice, the question then becomes, how do you choose the right idea? Like, you may have several of the ideas that I've shared already. You may be interested in training, consulting, creating resources, content creation. It could be any of those things, but you can't begin all of them at once. You need to think about what is the first one. What is the one that means the most to you? What is the one that resonates the most with you? Have you genuinely developed knowledge and skill in those areas? What problem or gap have you repeatedly noticed? Like, this is what is going to help you choose the first idea. The first idea may not be the most ambitious, it may not be the most exciting, but you've got to test it in some way. You've got to take the next step in some way. And that next step is not a logo, it's not a website, it's not social media, it's none of those things. You really need to focus on who you're serving, what problem you're solving. This is why I've created the free Build Your Frontline Business Masterclass. It's for social workers who want to explore how their knowledge and experience could become a resource, a service, a program, training, whatever it may be. You could be searching for a social work business idea. You could already have a business idea. You want to explore something beyond clinical, private practice. You might be trying to choose between several ideas that I've given you today. Whatever it may be, the masterclass is going to help create that clarity for you. So you leave the masterclass knowing who you want to serve and what it is you want to offer. We're just opening up that conversation with a small group of social workers. You can click the link in the description, or if you're on TikTok, click the link in the bio. And you can register to join. It's a free masterclass. And I'm not going to be giving you the whole process here. The video is simply designed to show you what may be possible. But you've got to take the next step. You've got to decide that this is what you want to do. You've got to decide to take action and say, you know something, yes, I want to be in a group of social workers, a small group of social workers where the session is intentional on developing the idea and gaining further clarity about what my business idea is going to be. And thank you so much for your thank you so much for your comments. Okay, so let me go to a couple of comments and questions, and then I will. Thank you for the follow. Thank you so much for the follow. Who do we have? Miss Sarah. So you can hold a reflection group, or yeah, absolutely. Decide who it is for, what problem you're solving. Yeah, you could hold a reflection group. So let's say you hold a reflection group for teenagers who are transitioning out of foster care, right? That's a specific group of people in a particular transition that you could support, yeah? So again, tap the link in the bio and join the masterclass. Be part of the conversation that helps you create that clarity, so you know what's next. You know how to take the next step. The worst thing you can do is try and do it by yourself and try and gather loads of free information online. That's how I started. Oh my gosh. And I'm here 10 years later, right? So I know what it takes to build national platforms and build businesses. I've got 3 businesses. And they're all working in tandem as we speak. And so it's something that it can be done, and it can be done while you're working full time. But you need to be clear on the things that I've talked about in this video today. So please do click the link in the bio and join the masterclass and be part of it. Sarah, consulting sounds good. Yeah, it does. You've got the knowledge, you've got the experience. Just choose who you want to consult for. That's it. Miss Sarah, helping kids who are, I see, yeah. You can be a content creator on YouTube. I never knew I could use these skills. You've got transferable skills. Thank you for the follows, everyone. There's so many transferable skills. And again, it doesn't have to serve the social work industry. It can serve in other industries as well. They are transferable. Thank you for the follow. So hopefully that helps you. So I'm inviting you all to our masterclass. We only have a few spaces for the masterclass. We have quite a few have gone already this morning, but I like it to be a small group where we can interact with each other, and where we can, connect as well. So the registration link is in the bio. If you are on TikTok, it's in the bio. So when you click the link that is underneath the 3 arrows in my bio, you will be able to register. It's a free masterclass happening in a couple of weeks in the evening, about 8:30 in the evening UK time. And there you can begin to gain some clarity. Thank you so much for joining my fan club. So private practice is one possible path for social workers. 10 years ago, I started my coaching business, which was a private coaching practice. I coached one-to-one internationally in the evenings after work. And then that gradually increased to more clients, to coaching social workers in the day during my lunch times, not every day for a full month. But that's what I did. And that's how I began to turn things around and turned it from part-time to full-time. You can go down the private practice route, but it's not the only route. You can, again, become a trainer, you could become a professional resource, you can do consulting, you can do career support, like the list goes on, all the different things that you could do. You don't have to decide everything today, but you can begin exploring your idea more intentionally. And you can do that by joining the masterclass, the Build Your Frontline Business Masterclass. Tap the link in the bio, register, be part of the conversation, and believe in yourself. Like for me, when I was building my national platform, which is the Black and Diverse Safeguarding Conference here in the UK, this platform didn't exist. It was notes on a notepad built out of frustration of the microaggressions and racism that were being expressed to me in some of the one-to-one coaching sessions I was having with students and heads of service here in the UK. I coach right across the country. And what I'm saying to you is this. I did not have the confidence when I was writing on my notepad that I wanted to create a national platform. The confidence came from me taking action. But the more and more you think, well, I'm working full time, I don't have the time, and it's put on the back burner, the more and more you're going to deny someone else the opportunity of accessing the service that you have with the knowledge and skills experience that you have. And that is how kind of business works. It's in a way, it's like delaying other people's development. It's so strange how that works. But, you know, imagine, I use this example on all my videos, but imagine the person who invented this Moroccan coaster didn't exist. I'd have a stain on my desk right now, right? On my windowsill, because this is solving a problem. This is how simple business is. It solves a problem. It stops our desk getting that ring around it, right? So these are the things that we have to think of when we're starting a business, that if said coaster designer didn't think of that, then we'd all be coasterless. So let's bring that into like more modern terms. If the person who designed the lawnmower didn't exist, where would we be? The lawnmower solves a problem, right? So those are the things that we really need to consider when we are holding ourselves back from really starting. That a mindset shift is 100% necessary in order for you to truly step into being in business mode, even when working full time. You will need to let go of some money. You'll need to invest. You cannot build a business by yourself. Impossible. You cannot do it. You will need someone who has more expertise than you in order to help you get where you need to go. Otherwise, you're playing the long game. Does that make sense? So these are the things that we have to think about when we are developing our ideas and developing the mindset that has to go alongside it. So I want to thank everyone for being part of it. Please leave a comment. Tell me which business path beyond your everyday practice that you want to you're most interested in exploring. Please subscribe and follow me for more videos on social work and social care business and, you know, ethical opportunities from your experiences. You do not have to become a therapist to create something valuable from your social work knowledge. You don't need to. You can be a foster carer. You can be an expert by experience. Or by having your own experience, skills and knowledge, you're able to pull all of that together and actually create something that you truly enjoy doing and that really helps others from a genuine place of need. Thank you so much for joining. I will see you in the masterclass. Click the link in the bio or the description. See you.